Ever felt like you were stuck in a loop of almosts? You almost committed to that job, that relationship, that vision. You wanted to say yes, but something, fear, doubt, logic, held you back. Hello, my name is Nelson Delgado, and today we're diving into a transformational shadow that might just be running the show in your life, the shadow of half-heartedness, from this 29th pattern of evolution. This shadow disguises itself as indecision, perfectionism, and fear of being taken for granted. But what it really is a fear of fully showing up. I'm going to start with a parable as usual called The Two Rivers. At this point, please close your eyes and visualize the story I am about to share. There was once two rivers born from the same mountaintop, sisters carved from the snowmelt of the heavens. One river surged ahead, bold and untamed. It twisted and turned with certainty, always forward. I will reach the ocean by force alone, it declared. The second river hesitated. It meandered, it paused in pools, circled back, questioned its direction with a whisper of, "What if I never reach it?" As the seasons passed, the first river narrowed, eroded her banks, and rushed herself dry before her time. The second river, slow and unsure, eventually found a hidden channel that flowed gently, then deeply, and one day, almost without knowing, it arrived wide, calm, embraced by the ocean. She hadn't forced her path, she had surrendered to it. And in that surrender, she became one with the sea. From a mystical sense, in our world, we are all rivers. Some charge ahead, some hesitate, but the truth is, the ocean waits for us all. The question is, can we trust the path enough to fully commit to it? Welcome to this channel. And in this space, we are devoted to transmute and alchemize our shadows and find the profound mysteries that shape our evolution. Today, I begin with the 29th pattern of evolutionary change, a challenge that strikes at the very heart of our ability to stay the course. This isn't about forcing yourself to commit harder. It's about understanding why our soul hesitates and what's quietly waiting beyond that hesitation. This 29th pattern of evolutionary change is encoded with a very ancient fear, the fear of being betrayed, of being taken for granted, of giving your whole heart and having it crushed. It shows up in two main ways. The repressive, where you overcommit. You say yes too often, not for empowerment, but from fear of disappointing others. The reactive, you become unreliable. You say yes, but don't follow through. You say no just to keep control. And in both cases, we hold back our full energy, even when something in us longs to give it. This isn't about productivity. This is about your life force. When you live half-heartedly, always calculating, hedging your bets, you fragment your energy, and over time, you begin to forget what full-heartedness even feels like. The complementary shadow to this is the shadow of desire, which is found in the 30th evolutionary pattern, and it feeds off the fear of denial. Its repressive nature is to become over serious, and its reactive nature is to become flippant. So you can see how the shadow of desire and the shadow of half-heartedness feed off each other to keep us in the loop of always wanting something, feeling denied by it, but never committing to it and reaching for the grace of devotion to get us through it. For those interested in doing deeper personal alchemy and wish to have a means of accelerating an understanding of shadow work, Over the last 3 to 5 years, I have collected a wealth of information from various esoteric systems, namely the I Ching, human design, gene keys, the chakra systems, and astrology, as well as integrating them with the human genetic code. And in this chart, you will find the details of all the different shadows, all the different fears, the specific fears that fuel those specific shadows, all 64, all in relationship to each codon. And in this wheel, you will find 4 legends on each corner because they can't all fit on one corner or one side to make it a nice, evenly balanced square. So here is the statements from each zodiac sign, so you can see. And then we have the legend for each chakra. You'll notice that there are more than 7, and because there are more than 7, because it is including the spleen as a means to detect threats. So there's an intuitional center there. There's also a center of willpower called the thyroid, because when we are born, the thyroid is literally almost, if not as big as our heart. So we have to accommodate that. And on the other side of this, you will also find an understanding of the I Ching, hexagram system, the different trigrams, the relationship to the three-dimensional plane, the yin and the yang, and how each of the 6 lines are affiliated with different archetypes, thanks to the human design and or gene key system. And lastly, you will also find the human genetic sequence chart for all the amino acids associated with the human genetic code. But furthermore, you will also find in this chart all the different zodiacs, all 12, mixed with the human design gene key chart. Bear with me, my graphics card is not as fast as other people's on their computer, but you will see all the different fears, all the different shadows, and how they relate to each chakra in those colorful little dots. So you can see how it affects each energy center in the body and how each of them have their own repressive and reactive statements because there are 6 expressions in each challenge. Therefore, you will also find those 6 lines in there, all with their own repressive and reactive statements, their associated dilemmas from that specific shadow, which eventually will clear up, the gift from making the right choices regularly and practicing that gift with its own unique self-empowerment statement. So as you learn to vacate the trapped emotions such as sadness, fear, anger, shame, and guilt, and you will reorient towards true self-alignment and honoring the intuition and inner authority that you possess, it will lead you towards the grace specific to that challenge. So if you would like to learn more about this and or you would like to download this file for your own personal means of translating your specific challenges in the human design system or in the gene key system, it is all there for you. All you have to go is to my website and download this PDF file. It's about 50 megabytes in size. I hope you enjoy this and hope you enjoy this brief glimpse into this massive PDF with all the details about all the specific challenges you'll have in your personal self-realization path. In order to find this PDF, a link will be found down below in the description of the YouTube video. When using that elaborate and vast chart of information, you can use the human design apps found in the App Store on Google Play so that you can choose whichever speaks to you most. And as you choose whichever human design app works best for you, you can then use that towards the chart. So you get your information and your numbers. And then after that, you can use the chart as reference For example, I use the Human Design app, which helps me see the specific numbers that I need to see in the top right-hand corner. The red are the unconscious. These are the ones that were imprinted when the soul decided to remain anchored in the body about 90 days before you were born, between the second and the third trimester. The black numbers indicate the conscious, more aware challenges that you know you have in your current life, based on your survival challenges and your adversities currently going on in your life. You can also find that same application in the Human Design App Store for iPhone and or iOS before you start using the chart that you have purchased online. Thank you very much. And if you ever need more information on this and you wanted a free consultation in understanding the current challenges in your life and how it relates to human design, feel free to reach out through the links below. You can also visit thegenekeys.com. There, you will also find a different kind of chart. It relates to the same challenges and same numerical sequences as found in the I Ching and Human Design. And there you'll be able to find a free profile link where you can then enter in your personal information in this field and then have a look at your specific gene key profiles and understand your genius sequence, your Venus sequence in opening up your heart, your love sequence, prosperity, and finding inner harmony. Thank you for watching this short introduction into the Wheel of Evolutionary Change and the chart that I've shown you in brief. And hopefully through those apps and through this PDF, you will find a way to decode the challenges you face and understand how to make the best choices for you and everyone you were meant to impact positively in your life. Now back to the shadow work and the evolutionary change in this video. This shadow of half-heartedness is an evolutionary pressure, a test. In the ancient brain, commitment was dangerous. Giving everything meant you could lose everything, and so humanity developed the subtle reflex. Don't show your cards, don't get too involved, stay a step back. But this reflex, once used for survival, now limits our spiritual evolution. Because there's something beyond survival that calls us now, the grace of devotion. And that grace only meets us at the edge of surrender. Every time we say yes with our full heart, without guarantees, without knowing if it'll work, we break the grip of fearing being taken for granted. Not because we have the answers, but because we trust that our path is sacred, even when it's unclear. Understanding the spiritual significance of commitment. Commitment isn't force. Commitment is part of the devotional process. It's not about holding on. It's about opening fully to a path, a person, a project, or a promise, and trusting that the unfolding itself is our evolution. We're not supposed to reach for the grace of devotion through willpower. We arrive there through surrender. And in that surrender, our soul whispers, "This is what I came for." This is just the beginning. In upcoming videos, I dive into how to work with this shadow, what devotion actually looks and feels like in a daily life, and how to realign with your inner authority so you don't have to push or withdraw anymore. But for now, just notice, where are you holding back and where are you staying half in, half out, afraid to say yes with your whole being? Most importantly, what might be waiting for you if you surrendered to the path? If this is a message that resonated with you, please like and subscribe to the channel. Share it with someone who might be standing at their own edge, and remember, the path one fears to commit to may be the very one that holds our freedom. Down below in the description, you'll find more about this shadow. You'll find an email link for a free consultation that's about 45 minutes long to be able to get a reading and understanding of your specific challenges and what you want to focus on first. On my website, you'll learn more about me, how I do what I do, and why. But for now, if you feel like you just need some support, I have 3 groups that do just that. The first one is divination systems, where you investigate in more depth these specific challenges and how to navigate them. The next one is emotional intelligence and mastery, where you learn how to engage with your emotions through deep introspective pauses, allowing them to reveal their questions so that you can provide answers from your inner authority, your true sense of self. And lastly, emotional trauma release group, where our group holds space and keeps a sense of safety for all members so they can have an opportunity to feel what's coming up and allow for what's been unprocessed to be released, to understand the whys, and also understand what can come next and what you can receive to put in place where you have created space for something that would actually nourish your soul. Thank you for watching this video in its entirety. God bless you on your journey. Again, please like and subscribe if you want to keep watching more. Namaste and good life to you.